Hello everyone, my name is Kalpana Sapkota. I'm a registered nurse in the United States of America. I'm in my F1 status. I'm also a student here, and I was graduated from the nursing campus Maharajganj, Nepal. I just passed my exam and I got my license here in United States of America like 1 month before. After I passed my exam, I have seen so many friends asking about the process, and like how to start the process, how to go through the process, and how to study for the exam. So through this video, I want to share some ideas that did I did for my application process. I'm not a professional counselor, but I just want all of you to help, just as a friend, and I just want to reduce your tension. It's really long and stressful situation. I know that because I have been through that process, and I'm also a student. So for the student who are already graduated from the nursing school in Nepal and already have been a registered nurse there and wants to be a registered nurse here, it's really important process, because if we don't pass our exam and if we don't get our license from here, we have to go through all courses that we already studied in our country. And as a student, we have so many things to think, like our F1 status, our education, our financial problems, our family problems, our adjustment problem. That's not all. We have so many other things. So at least I want to help throughout this process, so it will be easy for all of you. It's true that we can get all of the information through online, but if we have someone to help us or guide us through this process, like how to start the process and how to go throughout the process, it's really easy. And trust me, there will be no one to help you out through this process. It's not like people don't want to help, but we can see people that they are really busy in their life. Even we are busy in our life, so we don't have time to help any other people. So I just want to share some ideas that I applied. Uh, First of all, I have started my process from the New York Board of Nursing. So I'll be explaining about the step, what I did for to be a registered nurse in the New York State. Because 50 states in the United States of America had their own rules and regulation regarding everything, and I don't know about all of the states, so I'll be sharing the things that I actually know. To start the process, we had to have our license from the nursing council of our country and our transcript from our university or college, and we must know the entry date and graduation date from our college, because it will delay our processing time. After we have all the required document, the good news is like we don't need English requirement for the New York Board of Nursing, and we have to go through the evaluation of our document. For that we have to go through the CGFNS process. For that we have to go and create an account in CVS for New York State. CVS for New York State. And we have to pay like $390. We can pay it by credit or debit card, or we can send the money order with our application. To send the document, we have to notarize the document first, then we can send it to the CGFNS. How long it takes, like it depends. If your documents are accurate, it took like 4 to 6 months. For me, it took around like 6 months. And we have to check our account regularly, like if they already sent our document to Nepal, we can send someone from our home, or we can send our friend to get some information there if they got our license or transcript there or not, and we can say them to send our document directly to the CGFNS, because we know the official work in Nepal takes so long. And to talk about fee, I think we don't need to pay for the nursing council, but we have to pay for our university, it's around like 2500 to 3000 Nepalese rupees. And after we are done with our CGFNS process, we have to apply for the New York Board of Nursing, like application for registered nurse. We can start process immediately. We start our CGFNS process, or we can start process after we are done with our CGFNS process, because it also take like 2 months, so we can start it earlier. And for that we have to pay $143. We can send the money order, and for this also we have to notarize our document. After after 1 to 2 months, we can get email from the New York Board of Nursing that our process is complete. After that we can go to the patient view, and we can pay like $200. After that we can get our ATT, which authorize us to take the date for our test, and we can book the date for our test. Finally we can book the test for our date for our test. And to talk about the whole time, it took like almost 1 year for me for the whole process. Like, I started my process and I passed my exam and I got my license within like 1 year and 2 to 3 months. And while we are in process, we have to call them and we have to follow up. I used to call them like every 2 weeks to know about my status, so we have to follow up. Next step, let's go and talk about the study material and how to study for the test. I studied like Saunders Comprehensive Review for the NCLEX Iron 6th edition, and it costs like $43 to $50. It's really a good book, and it provides us idea in simple way, so it's really easy to understand. And we can buy used book around like $25 to $30, or we can share our books with our friends. And the next book, which is really important for the priority type question, is I have this book here. It's like Prioritization, Delegation and Assignment by Linda A. Lasariti. It's a 3rd edition, and it cost almost like $31. It's really a good book, and it will provide us idea about the priority type question. And the next one is Kaplan online course that I took. It's really confusing, because how I studied in our country and what type of question we are gonna get in our test is really different. It's not difficult, but it's really different. So we may have some difficulties in the starting, but if we go through the instruction that Kaplan course provided at the starting of the course, like how to study and how to go through the content, it will be easy for us to study, so we don't need to worry. And of course the YouTube video by Shara is really helpful. It can provide ideas about ECG, some cardiac problems, and chest tube, catheterization, and so many types of thyroid disorder. It's really helpful. And most of my friends say that NCLEX Mastery application is also good, but I didn't practice that, so I really don't know about that and how long I studied. I said that I'm also a student, so I didn't have time to study that much, because I had to go to my college, I had to work, and I had so many things to do. So I just studied for 1.5 months, but I really studied hard. And I studied so much during that period. It's not that difficult. We don't need to be afraid, but it's just different. But we have to be confident and determined for our test. Finally, the day came, and I went to my exam hall, and I started my exam, and my computer started off at 75 questions. I was like really confused if I did my exam really good or really bad. I was so confused. And after my exam, that 48 hours period was really stressful for me, because I had to wait for my result. And after 48 hours, finally I came to know that I passed my test, and it was the biggest day of my life, and I was really happy at that moment. And I want to share some question that I remember. Actually, I remember the first question that I got during my test. It's not the same, but it's the scenario is same. One patient is diagnosed with cancer, and her husband requests you to do not say anything to his wife. So, what will be your response? So, what you are gonna do? All the answer were like, it's the answer, it's the answer, it's the answer. But I chose the answer that was like, I will explain the patient about the diagnosis, because it's her right to know about her disease condition and health condition. So I chose that answer, but until now I'm not sure if that option, that answer option was right or wrong. And most of the people are afraid about the select all that apply question, and I was also really nervous about that question, and I got like almost 20 to 25 select all that apply question, and it was not like that difficult. And other question were like priority type question and precaution type question, like if the patient is infected with this kind of disease, so what type of precaution will you take? And others were like standard procedure type question, like how to give injection, how to insert cannula, how to catheterize operation, this kind of question. It was not really difficult, but we have to study. And we have to be confident. I want all of you to be confident, to determined, and to trust yourself that you can pass your exam. So it will be easy for you to study and to go through the process and to pass your exam. I hope this video will provide some information to all of you and help you throughout the process. And at last, I want you to say, be confident and trust yourself, and good luck, and thank you. Bye bye.